What if I told you there's a way to make any woman instantly chase you, even if she doesn't seem interested? Now, I know what you're thinking. Sounds like a fantasy, right? Well, let me tell you this. It's not about manipulation. It's about mastering a psychological framework that most people are too afraid to explore. You've probably heard the typical advice: be yourself, be kind, be patient. But guess what? That's not what gets results. In fact, it can actually put you at a disadvantage. Now, stick with me, because what I'm about to reveal could flip your entire perspective on relationships, psychology, and attraction. It's about playing the game smarter, not harder. Ready to learn how to take control of the situation and make her chase you? 1. Triggering emotional responses. Logic won't win her over. Forget everything you've heard about trying to explain yourself to a woman. You think reasoning, facts, and arguments are going to make her come around? Wrong. Women don't respond to logic the way men do. What drives their attraction and interest are their emotions. It's the primal urge to feel something, anything. You've probably noticed this already. One minute she's warm, the next she's cold, and you're sitting there wondering where it all went wrong. That's emotional control in action. She's triggering her own feelings, manipulating the emotional dynamic. It's time you flip the script. You need to learn how to trigger her emotions first. Emotions are addictive. When you create emotional spikes, when you make her feel excitement, happiness, jealousy, or even fear, she'll come back for more. You want her to be on the edge, always guessing what's coming next. That unpredictability will keep her emotionally hooked. You are using her fears to gain control. Let's get real for a second. Women have fears just like anyone else, and those fears are what make them vulnerable. Fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, fear of not being enough. These aren't just insecurities. They're weaknesses you can leverage. You don't need to terrorize her, but understanding and subtly using her fears can put you in the driver's seat. For example, think about the character of Christian Grey in 50 Shades of Grey. He mastered the art of using Anastasia's fear of abandonment. By pulling her in and then pushing her away, he made her terrified of losing him. This created a sense of emotional dependence. She became obsessed, constantly seeking validation from him. When you understand her deepest fears, you gain control of the relationship, not by manipulating her directly, but by subtly tapping into her emotional vulnerabilities. 3. Mastering the push-pull technique. Now here is one of the most powerful techniques to make any woman chase you: the push-pull technique. This is the emotional roller coaster that women can't resist. You give her attention, make her feel special, then suddenly pull back, be distant. You're creating a dynamic that she can't predict, and that's exactly what keeps her coming back. Let's look at a real-life example. The relationship between Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber is a textbook example of the push-pull technique. They'd be inseparable one moment, then Justin would pull away, leaving Selena in emotional limbo. This constant back and forth created a psychological loop where no matter how hard she tried to move on, she kept coming back. How can you use this in your own life? Start by giving her attention, making her feel like she's the center of your world. Then, when she's at her emotional peak, pull back. Be distant. Act busy, and suddenly she'll find herself chasing you. She'll wonder why you've pulled away, trying to get your attention back, and that's when you've got her. 4. Subtly undermining her confidence. Here's something most guys won't tell you. Women aren't looking for pushovers. They're looking for men who challenge them, who make them feel uncertain, just enough to keep them wanting more. You can subtly undermine her confidence in a way that makes her seek your approval without being cruel. Look at the character of Chuck Bass in Gossip Girl. He wasn't the typical nice guy. He knew how to get under Blair Waldorf's skin, complimenting her one moment, then subtly criticizing her the next. It kept her on edge, constantly seeking his validation. It's not about being rude or disrespectful. It's about being strategic. You can compliment her, but then throw in a small critique. Maybe her outfit isn't the best choice. Maybe she looks great, but she's missing something. This creates doubt, and doubt leads to emotional investment. 5. Emotional availability makes you weak. You've been fed lies by society telling you to be emotionally available, to be open and vulnerable. The truth is, emotional availability makes you weak in the eyes of women. They don't want a man who is always open about his feelings. They respect men who are in control of their emotions, who keep their inner world private. Think of someone like James Bond. He doesn't sit down and pour his heart out to anyone. He keeps his emotions in check, and that makes him irresistibly attractive. Women are drawn to the mystery, the strength of a man who doesn't need constant validation. Emotional control is key. Be selective about when and how you share your feelings. When you do it in a way that shows strength, not vulnerability. This will not only make you more attractive, but it'll also keep her coming back for more. 6. Avoiding the nice guy trap. Here's a crucial truth. Nice guys finish last. Why? Because being nice all the time makes you predictable, and predictability kills attraction. Women don't want a man who is always available, always agreeable. They want someone who keeps them on their toes, who challenges them and makes them work for their attention. Being too accommodating, always doing what she wants, can create the opposite effect of what you're aiming for. Instead, you should be the one who sets boundaries and standards. This doesn't mean being rude or inconsiderate, but rather having a sense of purpose and direction in your life. Women are drawn to men who have their own lives, their own passions, and who don't drop everything just to please her. The art of the chase. Master it and never look back. In the end, mastering the art of making a woman chase you isn't about manipulation or cruelty. It's about understanding the psychological dynamics at play. It's about recognizing that emotions, not logic, drive attraction, and that by understanding her deepest fears, insecurities, and desires, you can position yourself as the man she can't resist. But it all starts with you. You have to step up and embrace the fact that relationships are a game of psychological power. Play it right, and the woman you desire will be chasing you instead of the other way around. So, next time you find yourself wondering why she's not paying attention, ask yourself, are you using your emotions, your control, and your boundaries to your advantage? And remember, this isn't about being manipulative. This is about being strategic, playing the game smarter, and using the psychology of attraction to your advantage. You've learned the rules. Now, it's time to play to win. Exclusive insight, the power of emotional mystery. Here's an exclusive truth most guys miss. Women don't just crave emotional highs and lows. They crave the mystery of not knowing exactly what you're thinking or feeling. It's the emotional ambiguity that makes you more irresistible. And when you master this, you'll find that women are drawn to you in ways you never expected.